So again, good morning. My name is Paul Ziliak with XK0, and I'd like to give you just a little bit of a brief overview for those of you who might not be familiar with us. At XK0, we're creating new technologies for the Sage ERP space. And real specialization that we've been developing is essential applications for companies who are distributors or manufacturers who distribute their own products. We're building exciting partnerships, including with a company called Infinite Peripherals and a new relationship that we have with a company called Echo Global Logistics. And as I mentioned, XK0 is exclusively focused on apps and customizations in the Sage marketplace. We are a Sage Gold Development Partner. Located here in Chicago, Illinois, one of our lead products is a mobile application for the iPhone and the iPad that we call iSales 100, and this is exclusively for the Sage 100 ERP, and it's for companies who like to keep in touch with their customers and their inventory, even when they're mobile from their iPhone or their iPad. Another product that some of you may be familiar with is users of our EBM 100. EBM 100 provides elegant customer-focused solutions that leverage the Sage e-Business Manager to provide you with an affordable, easy-to-implement e-commerce solution for your Sage 100 system. Route Cell Solutions is a mobile sales application that's for companies who deliver product in their own vehicles. And that's for multiple Sage ERP products. And speaking of multiple Sage ERP products, we're very excited about a partnership that we actually have not yet even announced to the public, and that's a new software application in partnership with a company called Echo Global Logistics. And that's going to be a software and service offering for LTL and truckload shipping transportation companies. That's going to provide you with brokered freight and managed services, and all of the application is managed within your Sage ERP system, initially with a Sage 100 or Mass 90 Mass 200 system. So stay tuned to hear more about that offering. But today we're here to take a look at GetX. GetX is, in my opinion, the most impressive application that we've done just because of the sheer technological feat that it pulls off. GetX allows you to find virtually any piece of data within the Sage 100 system from one simple browser interface. So, it really adds value to the Sage 100 system. It's not only a global search engine, but we also see it as a business intelligence tool and an application that can help transform your workflow. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say simply, the GetX application saves every user of the Sage system time, whether you're a novice user or whether you're brand new to the system. If you think about the process of searching for information on the internet, what do? You go to Google, you go to Bing, you go to Yahoo, you perform your search, and you just follow the application, you follow the results for where you need to go. And we've accomplished the same thing with the GetX application. Maybe most importantly, GetX is going to bail you out when you need it most. If you just can't find what you're looking for in the system, this might be the tool that finds it for you. So some of you who maybe go way back in time in your history with the Mass 90 system, will recognize that, when it comes to data retrieval, there might not be a whole lot that's changed in the last 20 years. Looking at the old DOS screen compared to today's screen, you still have to know a certain mastery of the menu system in order to get information quick. So if somebody calls in, wants information, you need to be able to navigate through your system quickly in order to find it. What we see is that with GetX, that changes everything, because with GetX, you can search across companies, tasks, and modules, all from one single interface, and we'll see that when we do the product demo. So just to give you a sense of the range of things that we do with GetX, you can find difficult, if not impossible, things to search, like an extended inventory item description. So those of you who use an inventory module and have an inventory item description, our search tool will go all the way in to the search of an extended description to retrieve data. Same with memos too. How about this one? how about giving up looking for data? In this example, I'm trying to look for a purchase order number 12345, but you'll see that I have a blank field in my customer PO number. And the reason is, if you look down here, somebody entered the PO number in the comment field. So maybe that was someone that was new to the system. But nonetheless, GetX found the data and allowed the user to continue to be productive and continue to provide fast service for their customer. So what if you're not sure what company data resides in? So you'll notice that we're searching across companies. So I do one simple search. In this case, I search for an element of data and it finds results, 854 results across 3 different company codes. So we organize the data by company, then we organize it by task, and then you're able to click on a hyperlink to be able to go in and access the task that you're looking for. So, let's think about a heavy customer service information. I've got a huge database, and if only I could just key in a phone number and be able to start my order. So, I'm keying in the order, or I'm keying in the phone number. GetX finds the results. I identify that as being the right customer that I want to be able to. I click on the new sales order button, and it instantly launches a brand new sales order for that customer right from that browser interface. How about this? If this sounds familiar at all for accounting people or controllers, you're hunting for a single dollar amount. So, in this case, I have a dollar amount that I search on, and I find that one random result. There it is. And, maybe it was posted to the wrong account. So I might be searching, and using all the great tools that are native to the system, but I might not be searching in the right place if somebody posted it to the wrong account. And GetX can help overcome those kinds of hurdles. All right, so here's a case. I've got a lot of items that are similarly named. So, let's say that I'm a seller, distributor of lamps. I can just type in the word lamp, and if I have images in my item master file that I'm maintaining, those images are going to appear in any match for an inventory item. So I'm able to quickly get a visual and find the item, find that lamp that I'm looking for. So here's a real quick testimonial from our very first customer that we had a little over a year ago with the GetX product. And you'll see that this person described it as game changer. You know what? I need to update this slide because we've had just remarkable things said by the people who use the GetX system. But before I get in a little bit further to the demo so you can see for yourself how it works, I'd like to talk about the flexibility of the application. So what we've provided for you that's managed right within your Sage 100 or your Mass 90 system is the ability to identify which tables you search, which elements of data that you're going to search, and then which associated tasks can you launch using GetX. Okay. Next, how about UDFs or add-on fields? Not a problem. If the user-defined fields are added to the system, Sage does those in a way where those fields are written to the standard table. So in this case, I have 2 examples of user-defined fields for a customer master file. And so I can go in and indicate that I want to have those indexed for my search. And just like that, I can search user-defined fields. Same with third-party products. As long as the third-party product data is written to standard tables that we search within the GetX system, then we'll be able to search that data. We won't be able to search new tables that are introduced by that third party. One thing I want to make sure and let you know too is that GetX is not going to break any third-party enhancement or customization that you had, and the beauty of it is that GetX is a read-only application. Here's a question that you might have: what about security? So with GetX, it's fully securable in role maintenance. So in my example of searching for a dollar amount in role maintenance, if I don't have the credentials to be able to see the results for a general ledger search, then that's just not going to be available to me in my GetX. So just a few things. There's a study that's out there that says that full-time users of ERP systems might spend up to 25% of their time searching for basic data. And the studies that we've done show time savings of up to 70% on searches using GetX. So, simply by applying that, you potentially could save thousands of dollars in salary per year per user alone. So just think about the time savings and the productivity, the improved customer service, and the improved internal communications by having such a tool on your system. So this is providing you with a competitive advantage because you're going to be able to work more quickly. Other benefits to GetX Search: it's very simple for any Sage 100 consultant to install and set up. So you simply install the application, configure the security, index the database, and you're able to start finding searches within your system. So that's just a brief overview of XK0 and the GetX application. And what I'm going to do now is jump into a search demonstration. And quickly, before I do that, one of the things that I wanted to point out here is Sage has an idea site, and I'm just going to launch this real quickly here. And you might not be familiar with it, but if you search on Sage ERP 100 ideas, you'll notice that you've got this idea site that's got 1,400 different ideas, 22,000 votes. And what this is, it's a site that's maintained by Sage, and they in it they seek ideas from end users about how to improve the system, and then Sage manages it, and they even go through and update when they take the suggestions from the users and incorporate it into the system. So we did some analysis on this, and what we found in the analysis is that about 26% of the ideas in the idea site are asking for improvements for search, find, locate, lookup, and access. And the problem is, even though about 25% of the ideas are for improving access to data, we just started to list some of them right here. Enter a customer PO and then be able to directly access a sales order, or the ability to access contacts without first having to select a customer. I can go on and on, with this list of things, but each one of them is very specific purpose. So one thing that we say is it's hard to get Sage's attention, if just a few users want to be able to, for instance, search invoice history by a job number. Well, I listed these things out on a blog post that we have at erpappsblog.com because these are things that we can do with just one simple solution from GetX. So we solve a lot of problems. We solve a lot of business problems with GetX. So here's a live demonstration of the product, and this is on a demo server that we run. And you'll see that GetX installs is just another application, and you can access the search browser from the GetX module. I took the liberty of moving that browser or that button for GetX up into my top menu here. So I'm just launching GetX, and I'm going to give you an example of a few searches that we've got here. And one of them is, how about this situation? Somebody calls in and they're a ship to location for a customer, and they have the ability to order something and to inquire about something, but they're not at the home office for that. And so my customer service rep is having a little bit of difficulty identifying the correct customer record for them. And so what they give is a phone number that's the phone number for their ship to location. So I search for a phone number, and you'll see that it's found that phone number, in 3 different company codes. It must mean that they do business with 3 different companies of ours. But, one of the things I can do is from their ship to phone number, I can inquire into, oops, pardon me for that. I have some funky minimizing things. I can drill right into my ship to maintenance screen, but I can go further than that. Based on their ship to address, I can drill into their customer inquiry. So now I've gone all the way, even though the main office has a different phone number, what I found is based on the ship to info, how to get to that customer record. All right. Furthermore, they call in, they give me their ship to address phone number. I can start a new sales order for that company right from there. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Really can speed things up and improve customer service. We have search logic that's built in to allow search for multiple criteria. So let's say that I'm looking for a customer called American, and I have a gazillion customers that are called American. So I want to look for my customer who's American, and they're in Milwaukee. So I search for American and Milwaukee, and you'll see that I've got one customer that matches that criteria. American Business Futures, and there's my location in Milwaukee. And right from there, I can go into customer inquiry, customer view, customer maintenance, salesperson, new order, aged invoice report, statement printing, all from that one location. But let's say I want to see, customer info that's American, but it's not Milwaukee. All right. Well, I still have a customer in my ABC company. It's American Concrete Service. They happen to be in Anaheim. So you'll see what we did with that. And then I'll go, one less. I'm just going to say, and there are a couple of ways I can do this. Milwaukee. And now it's going to open it up even further because it's saying American or Milwaukee. So you'll see what happened here. I typed in American Milwaukee. I've got American Milwaukee. Here's R&S Supply Corp. They happen to be in Milwaukee, right? Shepherd Motor Works in Milwaukee. American Concrete in Anaheim. So in the absence of specifying and or not, by default, it's going to do or I could type in the word or to do a search. All right. So one of the things I like to do, I think accountants would appreciate the fact that if I'm running payroll in 4 different companies, I can type in cash and payroll, and now what I can do is I can drill down and take a look at cash balance in a payroll account in ABC company. Without leaving anywhere, now I can go into EEC company and I've got a cash payroll account there. And I'm going to go ahead and enter into that one. And I see I don't have any money in that. So maybe I have to do a transfer if I'm going to meet my payroll. And now I'm going to look in cash in my XYZ company, all from one interface. So you'll see I'm jumping from company to company, all from one single search. Here's another thing that's cool too. As long as I'm running GetX, it's keeping my recent search history, as long as I'm there. So if I come back, maybe my guy calls me again, from his ship to address, I can very quickly get back to what it was that I was looking for with him. I mentioned we can also search very obscure types of places. So let's say in my company that one of the things I do is I keep customer memos about collection type issues. And someone calls in or somebody maybe internally asks me about a dispute that we have on a particular invoice with a customer. And so I just key in that number that we've got that dispute for. So here's an invoice number that I keyed in, and it happens to find it in a customer memo. So look, it's finding data in a customer memo. I have an attachment, maybe that's some additional notes about that, whatever the case might be. And once I click through the memo, I'm on the customer record. So very obscure record, very difficult to search type information, and with great speed and efficiency, I'm up and going. I can do other things, as I mentioned in the in the PowerPoint presentation, like searching an extended item description. So, here's the word walnut. It's in an extended item description. And here I am, launching this straight from my GetX application. All right. I also happen to mention the, here's a walnut coffee cake and so on. These are images that are coming straight out of my item master file. Let's say that I have a customer called Artie Johnson, and he calls in, frequently. So I can key in his name, Artie Johnson, locate him at his customer record, and just click on new sales order, and away I go. And maybe when I'm done with it, he asks me a question, do we owe you any money or anything? So, I'm still in this interface, and I click on the statement printing, and I need to update this with dates where it's going to actually find some data in my demo data, and I'm producing a statement right out of the search. Okay, let's see, a couple more things. Let's say that I've got data that's for a special promise that I made to someone. Somebody ordered product. They wanted the opportunity to have some terms for a refund or whatever, and so I made a business decision to accept their terms, and I know that I put some comments in my sales order for that. So I'm searching for the word refund, and I find that in my sales order detail, I've got one refund. Here's something, refund for damaged goods, and I'm just going to do an inquiry on that sales order. So here's the sales order, and sure enough, that's the customer that was asking about this. And here's my match on the data. So it found this in a sales order comment, and I'm able to go into the inquiry straight from there. So that's really, I could keep going with different types of examples of searches with the GetX application. But what I want to point out is that you can do virtually anything. We search about 75 different tables within GetX. And within the Sage 100 application, we cannot search the non-framework modules. So with one exception to that, we do search payroll master files. So you can search for a duplicate employee names, social security numbers, those kinds of things. Really just the employee master file is all we're searching. But other modules that are not at the current framework for Sage 100, namely work order, job cost, MRP, and payroll, we cannot search those modules. We do search all the rest of the modules and the tables. And let's see, what else do I want to share with you guys? Let me do this. I want to talk about the next steps and how you can get a copy of GetX for yourself. I'm going to the XK0 website, and from the XK0 website, you'll see an icon for GetX, and you can download a free trial. This is a 30-day trial that you can download, and it works with versions 4.4, 4.5, and also works with version 2013. We have really all of the resources that you need to be able to do it, but what I'll ask you as attendees in that is please take advantage of our services at XK0. We can help you install and set this up at no charge for your 30-day trial, and then allow you to run it and see if you can encourage your users to start to use it. Here's what I think you'll find, and this is important. Users of GetX fall into two camps. Those who use it will benefit from it. Those who don't use it won't, and they're going to spend more time in the system trying to get data in and out. It's some re-education. You have to think about addressing your application in a different sort of way. And there's no doubt we've encountered some people who say, well, I kind of know how I do it, so I don't want to change what I'm doing. That's fine. we just want you to understand you're spending more time doing those tasks by doing that way, and you will find time savings. Everyone will find time savings and that bailout by using the GetX application. So we do have a video with a brief overview from our website. We do have a less than 5-minute video for how to install it, but you don't have to install it yourself. Just let your customer account manager know, and at XK0 we can help you get that installed on your system. Within 30 days, if you decide that this is something that you want to purchase, then all you have to do is make that purchase. There's no additional setup or anything like that that needs to be done. You just need to make the purchase. So in closing on my presentation, we have this priced so any company should be able to use it. And the price is like this. It's $90 per user per year. $90 per user per year, which translates to about 25 cents per user per day. So I want you to ask yourself if you can see productivity gains in excess of 25 cents per user per day, right? We think it's one of the biggest no-brainers in the history of Sage enhancements. So for example, if you have a 5-user system, it's $450 per year for your system. 10-user system is $900 per year for your system. Now, we do have a cap for that. We do sell what we might refer to as a site license, and that site license is $2,000. So you can purchase for $2,000, and then with a traditional annual renewal fee of $750. There are quite a few larger companies that have been using the system, 30, 40, 50 user systems who've been taking advantage of that site license pricing of $2,000 plus $750 per year maintenance for the GetX product. So that's my presentation. For any other questions that you may have related to GetX or any other applications by XK0, please email us or visit our website or give us a phone call at your convenience. And otherwise, once again, this is Paul Ziliak from XK0. I thank you very much for your time and your attention today and look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.